What's up, everybody? Mike here, and welcome to the weekly gaming news. Starting off with Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut will require linking PSN if you're playing the Legends Online mode. Basically, the Legends mode of the game is the multiplayer mode component of the game. That will require for PC users, but not the single player game. So it has been confirmed. But Sony, once again, shoots themselves in the foot by not essentially allowing the countries that cannot even make PSN accounts to even be able to purchase the game. So you might have heard or known that due to the Helldivers 2 debacle and whatnot and controversy that, and this is a Sony decision, this was not Steam actually that did this. Sony essentially delisted Helldivers 2 from the 177 countries that PSN is not available in. And then now, they've done the same thing with Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. That is also not available in those same 177 countries. And I think even like one or a few of those countries have now banned Steam as a result. So, Sony is just shooting themselves in the foot, and they're also affecting Steam and how their availability is going to be going forward in certain countries. And it's like, dude, that's not good. And now this is kind of like alluding to like, well, is Steam going to keep, working with Sony in the future with bringing their games to their platform? I don't know. And then Xbox, Microsoft, they're messing up too. I did a rant video about this. I went in more detailed. I'll go in here about them closing down, 3 studios, Single Gameworks, things like that. And then less than a day, from that happening, Matt Booty calls a town hall meeting where with the team or dev teams or whatever, talking about we need smaller games. Like, really? After you just shut down Tango Gameworks, who made a smaller scale game in Hi-Fi Rush, which was really, really well received overall and is being review bombed in a positive way and is selling probably better than it's ever sold so far. Like, really, Matt Booty? Not only that, the president, Sarah Bond, had an interview, and honestly, I looked at her interview, I read what was, she answered, how she answered, and honestly, it was very PR, business speak stuff. It just sounded like they just gave her, a script to read type stuff, whatever. It sounded like it was kind of rehearsed too. Like, at this point, you can't really expect to really get the real truth of what the hell's going on or why do what they say and things like that. And plus, I get it from a certain business perspective. They cannot say certain things, otherwise they get themselves in trouble, as being the executives or not. But at the same time, it's like, I'm sorry. You give me that PR business speak crap, I'm not buying it. I'm not. And I think a lot of the consumers, the player base is not buying that crap either. So there you have it. Xbox and Sony, I guess, are, trying to one up each other in terms of like, oh, who can do worse? Who can go on the player's bad side this week type of thing. I don't know. One of my friends was like, Xbox is like, hold on, was like, hey, Sony, hold my beer, when it comes to doing worse at creating controversy. So that's where we're at with that. Moving on to some positive news, though. Hades 2 Early Access is now available on Steam and Epic Store. It is priced at $30. And this, honestly, I played it, guys. It is a fantastic game already. And a very, very polished early access version of the game. Like, it's mostly done, it feels like, already in a lot of ways. The voice acting is great so far. The presentation, the combat overall feels good. I'm still going to give my feedback to him, though, let him know like what certain stuff needs to be worked on a bit. I think some of the boons need to be a little bit better, because like how the boons are reworked in this game are not the same, or like they don't work the same as they did in Hades 1, obviously. And some stuff's been expanded upon, tweaked and whatnot. There's a few gripes I have with some of the boons and whatnot. So I'm gonna dive more into when I play this and figure out what I feel like needs to be adjusted and let them know. But yeah, Supergiant held a technical test for Hades 2 before doing the release of the early access. So and it released earlier this week. So they're gonna release, I think, keeping early access for the rest of this year, and then release the full version next year sometime. And even though I do recommend you play Hades 1 if you're at least for story lore, stuff like that, at least lore purposes, things like that to get story, you don't necessarily need to. You can't jump into Hades 2 without knowing what happened in the first game. and how it's played. Hades 2 does take place sometime after the first game, and is centered around Zagreus' sister, Melanoe. The family of gods at the heart of Hades 1 no longer exists. Hades 2 is a story about what they left behind. If Hades 1 was a heated and anguished fury, Hades 2 is a slow, burning, furious rage, basically, is how that sort of differentiate there in terms of story and pacing, things like that. And you might be wondering, like, well, is this worth a buy now, or should I wait for, the full version? Honestly, that is up to you, and that depends on your wallet and budget and your time for gaming. But from an objective perspective, what I played so far, this is a very polished, very well done early access game that's mostly done. Obviously, they don't have like endings and stuff like that in there for like true endings and stuff like that, which is fine. There's honestly a second area or region you can go through that's locked off. You can't even access yet. So you only have access to like the first actual main region, which is like 5 different zones, basically 5 bosses. They have a roadmap planned already as well too, and currently the following features are being worked on, which include new region, which while I was playing it is locked off, crossroads cosmetic and decoration update as well, and then a new main weapon. So in the early access right now, you only have access to 4 main weapons, but there's 2 of them that are like locked off, you can't unlock yet. So there's going to be a total of 6 in the final version. So they're going to at least give us access to at least 1 more weapon later on, the new region as well too, that's currently locked off. So a lot of cool stuff coming in the early access version in the future. Give them time. Supergiant Games will not disappoint you. Hades 1 was game of the year for a lot of people, and I imagine when this does release next year, it'll be game of the year. Hades 2 will be game of the year for a lot of people as well too. It might even be my game of the year next year, depending on what the heck happens next year as far as game releases. Next up, Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous getting final DLCs. So developer Owlcat Games announced the latest DLC for its CRPG Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, called A Dance of Mask. This will be the 6th DLC and will arrive on PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC via Steam and Epic Game Store, as well as Mac on June 13th, 2024. It will be available for purchase as standalone content or as part of the game's second season pass. In this new DLC, players gather the companions of the Commander Knight as they return to the rebuilt city of Canterbury to celebrate their victories. Amidst socializing with friends and loved ones, they must also thwart a plot by villains seeking to spoil the celebrations. A Dance of Mask will include a new enemy fortress, personal events for each companion, a new romantic event for all love interests, an arena where players battle powerful enemies, 11 new character archetypes, and a new weapon that can be used with 1 or 2 hands. If you don't know, Pathfinder Wrath of Righteous is the sequel to Owlcat's previous game, Pathfinder Kingmaker. The game features both real-time and turn-based combat modes. Set in the Pathfinder universe, Wrath of Righteous presents a new campaign in which players must repel a demon invasion from the world Wound. Moving on, V Rising concludes its early access and is now available for PC. So another game that is in full launch now, and honestly it's gotten a lot of praise and a lot of attention, and rightfully so. V Rising. So this just launched and it's gotten very high praise in terms of reviews on Steam, and it's worth noting that new bosses and other elements have been added for this official release. And it also got announced that it will be coming to PS5 in the future too. So no release date yet for that, but right now if you want to play it, if you have PC, you can play it right now on Steam. And currently it is having an introductory offer on Steam. Offer ends May 22nd, but it's a 10% discount. So normally it'll be priced at $34.99 USD, but it is discounted by 10% at being $31.49 USD. There is also the option, though, if you want to save even more money on getting this, I am partnered with CD Keys. Check out my link in the description below. And on CD Keys right now, it is $27.09 USD if you want to save even a few more bucks on it. Up to you though. Like I said, it would help out a lot if you decide to go use my CD Keys link and support the channel that way. Next up, Destiny 2 is giving away 3 DLCs for a limited time. The developer Bungie announced that through the expansion Open Access Month, players will be able to download expansions of the game for free. In this way, fans who own the base version of Destiny 2 will be able to access the 3 campaigns. This is Shadowkeep, Beyond Light, and The Witch Queen, completely free from May 8th to June 3rd. This gives the community 3 years of content to enjoy at no additional cost. Additionally, subscribers to the most affordable level of PlayStation Plus also have the possibility to download Destiny 2 Lightfall, the latest expansion of the game, for free. This downloadable expansion pack includes all the content from the game's Year 6 season, so players will have access to all the elements of Season of Defiance, Season of Deep, Season of the Witch, and Season of the Wish. So Destiny 2 players, whether you're new or veteran to this game and maybe don't have all this content, enjoy your content. Next, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night getting new game modes and cosmetics, so in version 1.50. So Bloodstained, the Metroidvania developed by 505 Games, will soon receive a new free and premium DLC, including a crossover with everyone's favorite platformer, Shantae, apparently. You can also download and play it now on Game Pass if you're subscribed there. Shantae DLC is free, which is great, but the other 3 DLC packs are premium and must be purchased in the store. Although, if you buy all 3, you only have to pay for 2. So that's a nice touch. The cosmetic DLC packs include the Succubus Vampire Pack, the Magical Girl Pack, and the Japanese Pack inspired by Japan, each featuring different weapons, costumes, and accessories. We also get 2 new gameplay modes as additional benefit. The first new gameplay mode, called Chaos Mode, sends players into a series of random rooms filled with demons and challenges you to survive, while Versus Mode is a fast-paced PvP mode against another player who's in the fight to survive. Online functionality for Chaos and Counterattack Mode also allows players to engage in cooperative and multiplayer PvP. If you're playing on PC, everything should be available today or already available, while the Nintendo Switch versions will be available in Europe and America on May 16th, followed by May 20th in Japan and Asia. If you don't know what this game is, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is a gothic action role-playing and horror side-scrolling game set in 19th century England. A supernatural force has summoned a demon-infested castle, revealing crystal shards imbued with immense magical power. Play as Miriam, an orphan afflicted by the curse of an alchemist that slowly crystallizes her body. To save humanity and herself in the process, Miriam must navigate through the castle and defeat the summoner Gibble. And the last bit of news here I have for you, which, you might be disappointed by this, you might not, I don't know. But the Rogue Prince of Persia delays release of its early access. Just a month after its announcement, Ubisoft has decided to delay the release of the Rogue Prince of Persia, a game developed by Evil Empire, based on the legendary saga. You might know Evil Empire for Dead Cells. So they're essentially making a Prince of Persia kind of roguelike game that's going to be similar to Dead Cells. The reason given for the delay is not directly related to the game itself, but rather based on the recent and unexpected release of Hades 2 in early access. And it's important to note, I believe at the time of this video, at least on Steam, Hades 2 is the best-selling game or title on Steam right now, overall. They even have a tweet here they tweeted out about this, Evil Empire that is, and they say in this tweet, seeing that everyone and their mothers are playing that game, including our entire team, and their mothers, we have decided to let people have fun before launching the Rogue Prince of Persia. While we have every confidence in the Rogue Prince of Persia, it's not every day that a game in the same genre as you, which is one of the most anticipated upcoming games 2024, will release into early access a week before you plan to do the same. We're not prideful enough to ignore the implications of that, and we truly believe that the short delay is the best decision for us in our early access journey. So, like, this might suck for some people, for some of y'all that might be looking forward to this. I know I am definitely gonna be checking this game out when it does release. I think this video goes up today on a Sunday, so I think by tomorrow, Monday, we might get an update of a release date for the Rogue Prince of Persia game when it'll drop later this month of May. So they, it is coming this month of May. Still, I'm guessing they want to at least give it a few weeks time so we all can enjoy Hades 2. And honestly, Hades 2 is a blast to play. And like I said earlier, I recommend it. And that wraps up the game news of the week. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below about the news this week, what you think about it. Some stuff upsetting you or some stuff that got you excited. Definitely let yourselves be heard in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you're new. My name is Mike. Thanks for watching.